Hi. Hope you're keeping well and relatively untouched by this COVID-19 pandemic. Hoping our governments and leaders actually learn something from what's going on, and maybe next time, if there is a next time, it won't be so bad. But I'm not holding out much hope of them learning anything. Anyway, back to the video. We've got a few of these Ikea blinds around the house, wooden slatted blinds. This one's been playing up for a while with the open-close mechanism, and now it just doesn't open at all. So we're going to take a closer look. Okay, here we can see the issue. It's totally snapped, basically. The plastic's totally snapped out, which is the thing that holds the gear in. As you can see, it's a simple worm screw that turns the gear around here, and it's snapped and broke off. Now what I've done is I've hacksawed through these two rivets here so that I can get access to the internals. What I then did is took a photo of this housing here and pulled that into Fusion 360 as a canvas, and then roughly sketched around the canvas. So I'll show you that in 360. You can see what I've done is I've taken a photograph, pulled it in as a canvas. I put a ruler in the photograph just to help do that, and then what I did was I quickly sketched around the object. As you can see, the perspective's off from the camera shot, but I sketched around the object, and then if I went in, and then as you can see, I used a pair of calipers, took measurements, dimensioned it all up, got it all pretty good, got the angle there for the arm that comes in, and then using that, it was then relatively straightforward matter just to model it all up, and there's your parts there ready for printing. So yeah, I use the manufacturer in here, but you could obviously export and use STL files and print it out. So that's the Fusion 360 part. If you want to see a more in-depth thing of how I modelled it and what steps I did, then please comment and I might do a quick video on that. So this was my prototype, if you like. So this is the first version which put out, and it was too tight. The holes were too tight to actually get anything to move, and the sizes were slightly off as well. So printed another one out after making the adjustments, which is much better. The sizes actually fit. I think I drilled that out so that it did actually fit. But just for the sake of this video, and just because this was in clear, I then printed one out in clear, which printed out really nice for my printer actually, but there you go. I put a couple of locating pegs on it so it all clips together, and then you just screw the case together and replace the missing one. So it fits. I haven't done any adjustments to this, no drills or anything involved, so it actually just fits together, which is surprising. One thing you'll find when you're doing designs, especially for the first print or whatever, is to use if you use silicone grease, it really helps. So things can be really tight and not move at all, but then a little bit of that does make a world of difference, and they actually move freely and stuff when they're quite close tolerance. I've opened the tolerances up on this, so it doesn't even need any grease, it just works with me pinching it together there. So then I'm just going to screw this together, and then I'm going to show you a technique for getting this back into the blind and getting it out in the first place, because it's actually quite difficult getting it in. Right, so what I've done is I've actually put it in fully and located the bar, because I want to quickly just show you how to dismantle it, because it might help you out if you're ever in this situation. So the first thing to do is this metal bar that runs across here is to lift this up. You can lift it up from the other end, it just clips out, and these plastic things just clip out. So that's loose now, and you just slide that out away from the mechanism. Pair of pliers on this side of the mechanism, so the side where the bar comes out, and then just give it a twist, and it should come out reasonably easy like that. You can force it out, you can pry it out, but this is by far the easiest way I found to get it in and out. So then for reassembly, just push it through the hole, line it up, give it a twist. It should hook in neatly behind the lugs, and that fits in that gap there. Then we just got to feed this bar through. You might have to align the hole a little bit. Once that's aligned, bar feeds in. Come on. Awkward, of course, because it's on camera. There we go. So yeah, bar feeds in. The hardest bit is getting this plastic piece across in place. Check the other end off camera to make sure the other plastic bit, which looks exactly the same, is in place, and then just snaps down both sides. Job's a good one. And now this is in and it turns, and you can see from the top bar there that the bar's turning around, which opening and closing the blinds. Okay, so that's about it. If you want the 3D files, they're attached with a link below. If you want the CAD or Fusion files, then please let me know and I'll see what I can do to get them to you. If you've used the 3D files to do a fix, or indeed you've been inspired to do a fix on something else in a household with a 3D printer, let me know again in the comments. It all helps. It's great to hear what you're up to. And finally, if you managed to put up with me this far, please like, subscribe, notify, etc., or leave a comment to let me know, and it'll inspire me in the future. Well, that's about it. So thanks very much. Adios.